I've seen buyers fall in love with a home only to find out after closing that the finished basement, the addition, the deck, none of it was ever permitted. And here's what makes it worse. They assumed their home inspector would catch it. Home inspectors don't check permit records. That's not part of a standard inspection. So the unpermitted work slipped through. And the second those buyers signed on the dotted line, it became their problem. The hard part? The records were public the whole time. Nobody checked. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to check a property's permit history before you buy, so you don't end up in that situation. A building permit is official approval from your city or county to do construction work. We're talking about things like additions, finished basements, detached garages, decks, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, any significant work on a property. When a permit is pulled, inspections happen throughout the process. If everything meets code, the permit gets finalized. That's your paper trail that the work was done correctly and safely. When no permit is pulled, none of that happens. No inspections, no record, no accountability. And when you buy that property, you inherit all of it. Let's say you buy a home with a finished basement, and it turns out it was never permitted. A few years later, you go to sell. The buyer's agent pulls permits. The basement shows up as unfinished space on the record. Now you're the seller with a problem. You may be able to get a retroactive permit, but if the work doesn't meet code, you might have to open walls, redo electrical, or rebuild parts of the structure entirely. In some cases, the work has to be removed. There can also be insurance complications. And in most states, you're legally required to disclose unpermitted work when you sell. This is why checking permit records before you buy isn't optional. It's due diligence. Here's how to actually do it. Step 1. Find the right jurisdiction. Permits are handled at the local level, either the city or the county. If the home sits inside city limits, start with the city building department. If it's outside city limits, go to the county. Not sure which one? Just call either office and ask. They'll point you in the right direction. Step 2. Search online. Most jurisdictions now have online permit portals. Go to the official city or county website, find the building or planning department, and look for a link that says Permit Search or Permit History. Enter the property address and review what comes up. Step 3. Call if needed. If nothing shows up online, or if the records are unclear, call the building department directly. Give them the address and ask what's on record. For more detailed documentation, you may need to submit a public records request or visit in person. It's worth it. Step 4. Know what to look for. You're matching permit records to the physical features of the home. Finished basement? There should be a permit. Addition? Permit. Deck? Major electrical? HVAC replacement? Same thing. And pay close attention to status. You want to see finalized, closed, approved. An open permit is a red flag. It means work was started but never signed off. And if you can see work on the property that doesn't appear anywhere in the permit records, that is a conversation you need to have before closing. I've put together a checklist for what you need to look for before you close. It's linked in the description. Here are the signals that should make you slow down and dig deeper. Work that clearly exists on the property, but zero permit record for it. Open or expired permits that were never finalized. A seller who can't or won't provide documentation. Work that looks inconsistent, unfinished, or clearly DIY in a way that doesn't match the listing. None of these automatically kill a deal, but they are signals to stop, ask questions, and protect yourself. If something doesn't add up, don't panic, but don't ignore it either. Start with your agent. Ask the seller to provide documentation. In many cases, permit issues can be negotiated. Either the seller resolves it before closing or it's reflected in the price. You can also call the building department directly and ask what it would actually take to close out the permit or bring the work into compliance. The call is free, and the answer might surprise you. Getting a contractor's estimate for the potential fix is also a smart move. It gives you real numbers to negotiate with. And if you can't get clear answers, the seller won't engage, or the risk feels too high, walk away. That's what due diligence is for. Permit records are one of the most overlooked parts of buying a home. They're public, they're often free, and they can save you thousands of dollars or save you from a deal you would regret. The checklist is linked in the description. Use it on every property you're serious about. If this was useful, like and subscribe. We're going to dig deeper on these issues in the next video, because these are exactly the kinds of things most buyers never think to look for until it's too late. Drop your questions in the comments below. We read all of them, because the best time to understand a property's risk is before you close.